The glow of the lights on the falls is one of Niagara's mystical features, and it's not very often that you get to see where the magic happens. Pete Gordon is one of the people who illuminates the falls each night. He has been at it for 53 years.
I come in and the first thing I do is I go in the panel. I just come in and turn the power on, make sure all the colors are going up and down. Like tonight I noticed there's a couple that aren't working right. They're on a sprocket and a chain drive. And sometimes the oil, when the weather's cold, it gets stiff and they kind of get caught coming down. And once we get them on and they're all working, then I come out and I start my program. It's pretty much freelance, whatever you want to put on. We do have a lot of requests now for cancer, breast cancer, and all different. Some people have weddings, they want a special color on for some time. You have to go through Dunn Street there, that's associated with the Parks Commission, and they just relay the messages over to us. I come in there every night and I check it to see what they have on tonight. But basically, just change colors, really.
The lights have survived 89 years and a world war, but as Pete will tell you, they've changed with time.
The big difference today is years ago when we had the carbon arc lights, they seemed to have a little more volume, but they had a flicker to them. And we used to have lights right in the middle of a horseshoe, but it got so later on they were almost wasted because the spray was so dense, so we kind of opened that up and left a gap. And the lights now, these are good, the new ones we got, but they don't have I don't think the overall volume of light. But they're speaking of putting 4 or 6 high-powered lights on top of the Table Rock to light up the center of the Horseshoe Falls. It'll be controlled from here. I have 3 lights down in the gorge in a bunker, and we run them too. They shine up on the extreme left-hand side of the American Falls. So there's different variants, little different things to do, and they switch them around from time to time.
In the eyes of Pete, the best thing about the lights is the thousands of people they bring together every night.
So it's a big draw in the summer, and holidays, 4th of July, you can't move down there for Americans. I don't know what it is. I think people just like the idea. They say they came to Niagara Falls and put the lights on or take pictures or come up. I don't know what it is really, but it's sure a draw. I would say the average crowd on summer, like from summer through the summer season out down there, was got to be probably about 35 to 40,000 people all night, off and on, drifting. It's hard to tell, they're moving all the time. But when the guy did the tightrope walk over the falls, they had he must have about 80,000 people down there. There was a hell of a crowd down there. So most of it's, I think, just attraction, knowing Niagara Falls and being here, yeah. And most people, the #1 color they want is their flag color. I got a book on there of every flag in the world, and I know the colors when the people come up, but they want to put the colors on. I tell them how they can put them on, and that's a big thing for them. But yeah, and we give them a certificate, and that seemed to something to take home, I guess.
Pete will be there, making sure that the lights glow as long as there's water rushing over the falls, illuminating the hearts and minds of those who stop by. In Niagara Falls, reporting for The Source, I'm Brendan Sylvia.